Hello, hello. What's up, everyone? I'm just going to wait for people to jump on here. I actually thought I put a 30-second drop in there, so I got caught off guard a little bit. So here we go. We're going to do a live stream. We're down to the Elite Eight. Welcome to the Dead Men Walking Podcast, Cigar Smoking Pastor Podcaster Bracket, your favorite cigar toting pastor or podcaster. We started with 64. Okay. Let's see if you guys can see this here. We'll just leave it up. You guys don't really need to look at me, but we started with 64, took it down to 32, then down to the Sweet 16. We are now down to the Elite Eight. We've been voting for over a week. Over 25,000 votes have been cast by you. And this is sponsored by the 1689 Cigar Company and the 1689 Cigar Club. You can see it behind me here. You can see it on the PDF or the picture there on the screen. They were kind enough to say, hey, let's do a bracket. Let's find out who our favorite cigar smoking pastor or podcaster is. Whoever wins this is going to win a year premium membership to the 1689 Cigar Club worth about $1,200. So you guys are really hooking someone up here when you vote for them, when you vote for your favorite podcaster, your favorite pastor, cigar toting, of course. And like I said, it's been absolutely amazing. You guys have been making videos. We had Parker Brown from the Watch Well podcast. He made a really funny video from the White House podium. Keith Foskey has made some King Millennial videos that have gone viral that are hilarious. But what I like about this one is we've had some underdogs, some guys that we thought might not make it through, and they're now in the Elite Eight. So like I said, we started with 64. And we're down to the Elite Eight. The Elite Eight are Keith Foskey, your Calvinist. Now he's cigar toting. I don't know if he's ever lit a cigar, though. So this is kind of, there's been some arguments going on within voters and followers and going, could Keith Foskey, your Calvinist, win the cigar toting pastor podcaster bracket with only having put a cigar in his mouth, never lighting it? I don't know. Dusty Devers is in there, my man from the state Senate in Oklahoma. He's been on the podcast before and love that brother. He was kind of, I thought was a dark horse, just beat out Jeff Durbin in the Sweet 16. Keith Foskey took on TJ Sumter in the Sweet 16 and beat him. Could not believe that. Also in the Elite Eight, Matthew Everhard, Joel Webbin, C.R. Wiley, J. Chase Davis of Foolproof Theology, Chocolate Knox, Cross Politic, and Joe Rigney. So that rounds out our Elite Eight. And what's crazy is to get to this Elite Eight, these guys beat out some powerhouses. Like I said, Keith beat out TJ Sumter. Dusty Devers beat out Jeff Durbin of Apologia Radio, who is always a finalist in almost all of our brackets. Matthew Everhard took on Brian Suave, which is the reigning champion of the Reformed bracket just back in March. Over 50,000 votes cast, and Haunted Cosmos won. So Matthew Everhart taking out a reigning champion to make it down to the Elite Eight. Joel Webbin beat out Gabe Wrench of Cross Politic. That one, I thought Gabe would perform a little bit better than that. Gabe got 7% of the vote, but I mean, going up against Joel right now is always tough, but Gabe did a good job there. C.R. Wiley beat out Jared Longshore, also part of the Moscow crew out there. C.R., good job, 75%, soundly moves on to the Elite Eight. J. Chase Davis beat out David Bonson, which I thought that would be a little bit closer. Chase getting 63% of the vote, David getting 37% of the vote. So J. Chase Davis in the Elite Eight. Chocolate Knox taking care of Will Spencer, Renaissance of Men. And up until that point, Will Spencer had a great run. I mean, he was taking people out 60-70% of the vote. And then Chocolate Knox gets in there, takes, what do we got here? 76% or 78% of the vote to Will Spencer's 22%. And then the last bracket on the Sweet 16 to get us down to the Elite Eight was Joe Rigney versus Dan Burkholder. And Joe Rigney takes it with 62% of the vote, which now means there is no one from the Ogden boys in the contest anymore. They have all been eliminated, and they had 3 chances. I thought they were going to at least get down, one of them get down to the final 4, but you never know. That's what these brackets are about. You start out with, favorites and dark horses and Cinderella stories, And it absolutely happens because it all happens at Real DMW Podcast on Twitter X. You vote on that page. If you go there and vote, you can decide who's going to win the Cigar Smoking Pastor Podcaster Bracket 2024. So we're down to the Elite Eight for those of you just jumping on. In the Elite Eight, down from 64 to 32 to 16. We now have 8 remaining. We're going to do all 4 voting brackets today, momentarily after this live stream. Our Elite Eight are Keith Foskey, Dustin Devers, Matthew Everhard, Joel Webbin, C.R. Wiley, J. Chase Davis, Chocolate Knox, Joe Rigney. So let's review what we're going to be voting on today. Today, you're going to have 4 matchups to get us down to the final 4. Okay. And today's matchups are Keith Foskey and Dusty Devers. That one is going to be, I mean, these are all going to be great brackets. When you get down to the final, the Elite Eight and the final 4, it gets crazy. I mean, thousands of votes, people making videos, stuff just flying off the handle. But Keith Foskey versus Dusty Devers, that is going to be Baptist on Baptist violence. And I'm here for it. Okay. And when I say violence, guys, you know what I mean? Little fun back and forth. I can expect Keith is going to make some type of video. I know Dusty, he might be on legislative vacation right now, but he has been liking some of the posts and reposting stuff. So maybe we hear something out of Dusty. You know, we'll take a fine state senator and lower him down to our Dead Men Walking standards to make him comment on a cigar bracket, which I absolutely love. But Dusty's down to earth. So we might see something from him. So Keith versus Dusty's coming up here shortly. Also today, Matthew Everhart. Quickly becoming one of my favorite Presbyterians. His YouTube channel is insane. He has an okay presence on Twitter, but his YouTube following is, I mean, hundreds of thousands of likes and views, and just puts out great Reformed content there. I can't say enough about him. I am impartial as the administrator, okay? But I can also tell you that every one of these guys on this list, I have a relationship with, I really like, and I support. But Matthew Everhard coming in strong, even though he was the underdog against Brian on followers on Twitter. And look, there might have been, you know, if you look back through the feed, there might have been some dealings made with Keith Foskey. Keith saying, hey, I want to see Matthew Everhard in the finals. Guys, go vote for him. That's allowed. Look, if you want to make deals, like I said, with your followers, or if you're on this list and you go, hey, go vote for this guy because I want to see him later in the tournament, absolutely allowed and encouraged. Just be warned, for those of you in the bracket, you have to lay in the bed that you make. So if you get someone to the next round, just remember they've got followers as well too. They've got people voting for them, and you know it could be the death of the bracket for you. But Matthew Everhard versus Joel Webbin, this one's going to be huge. I mean, you've got 2 doctrinally sound guys, one Reformed Presbyterian, one Reformed Baptist. I don't know can you call yourself Reformed if you're a Baptist? Can we, Matthew? Can we call Joel Reformed? I don't know. Maybe that needs to be brought up in this bracket. But Matthew Everhard, Joel Webbin, 2 powerhouses in theology, online theology. You're going to see them square off in the second bracket. C.R. Wiley, J. Chase Davis. Look at, I can't predict the future, but I think J. Chase Davis, if he can make it through C.R. Wiley, theology podcast versus foolproof theology, if he can make it through C.R. Wiley, he has a really good chance of going all the way. I mean, this is going to be the test for Chase. Can you make it past C.R. Wiley, who is well-liked, well-followed? People love voting for him. They love his podcast. They love Chase's podcast too, but I don't know, man. C.R. Wiley has been a powerhouse in all of these brackets that we've done. He always makes it to the final 8. I think he made it to the final 4 in the Favorite Reformed podcast just a few months ago. So Chase, I feel for you, brother. Rally your troops because you're going to need it against C.R. Wiley. And then the final bracket that we'll be voting on today, Chocolate Knox versus Joe Rigney. A little in-house Moscow bracket, baby. Chocolate Knox taking on the man Joe Rigney. Or maybe Joe Rigney taking on the man Chocolate Knox, because Chocolate Knox took care of Will Spencer. He took care of Andrew Rappaport. He took care of, who did he go up against? Jimmy De Los Santos. I mean, he's been cleaning house as well, too. So all these guys deserve to be here. All these guys deserve to be here because they've went through 3 rounds, tens of thousands of votes. So that's going to be a good one. Chocolate Knox versus Joe Rigney. So after this live stream, I'm going to stop talking here in just a few minutes. we're going to get right to the voting for the Elite Eight. We're going to do all 4 matchups today to get us down to the Final 4 tomorrow. And then the Final 4 we'll vote on. And then day after that. So by Thursday, this is going to be well, what is today? Are we? No, we're on Wednesday. I'm sorry. So by Friday, we should be wrapped up to the final 2, and then Saturday will be the final voting. So about 2 weeks worth of voting to get here. But today we're going to see Keith Foskey versus Dusty Devers. Go vote. Matthew Everhard versus Joel Webbin. Go vote. C.R. Wiley versus J. Chase Davis. Go vote. Chocolate Knox versus Joe Rigney. Go vote. And here's the cool thing, guys. Brought to you by 1689 Cigar Company. These guys have been more than gracious. The true winners are the voters, because this week you go to 1689 Cigar. You go there right now. All cigars marked down to $10. Guys, they've got premium sticks that are $18, $20, $22, $25, stuff that you would pay $30 for somewhere else. They've got premium cigars right now, $10. Go check them out. 1689 Cigar. Google it. It might be 1689cigar.com. I probably should know that, but I don't know it off the top of my head. 1689 Cigar, sponsored by them. They're tagged in every post. They're the ones sponsoring this bracket, and they're doing a fabulous job of making sure they get you premium cigars to smoke unto the glory of God for very minimal price. Okay, these are $25 sticks. They're putting them on sale just this week only for the bracket. So you've only got a few more days to go out there and order. If you're a cigar smoker, they've got memberships. You got to go check out their tiered membership. Like I said, the winner's getting a premium membership, which is, geez, I don't know, it's like 5 or 8 cigars a month or something crazy. You get premium cigars every month sent to you. You pick them out. $1,200 package they're giving to the winner. And they're hooking you up right now, the voter, on the premium cigars at $10. And then they have specials on their memberships going on at 1689 Cigar too. So I can't say enough about those guys being so gracious to make sure they hook you guys up with cigars, to hook up the winner with a premium cigar membership. But yeah, we're down to the final 8. I just saw 40 more people jump on in the last 2 minutes. So I don't know what's going on. I'm going to review real quick. Keith Foskey, Dusty Devers. Today, you have to go vote. They're in the Elite 8. Matthew Everhard, Joel Webbin. Going to vote today on them. They're in the Elite 8. Go vote. C.R. Wiley, J. Chase Davis. Going to vote today on them just here in a few moments. Go vote. And then Chocolate Knox, Joe Rigney in the Elite 8. Going to vote on them today. So we have 4 matchups, 8 contestants. We're going to do all 4 today. Then we move on to the final 4 tomorrow, which is Thursday. That's going to be 2 brackets, 4 people to vote for. And then on Saturday, we move, then on Friday, we move on to the final 2, and then we'll announce Saturday who the winner is. We'll find out probably Saturday afternoon who has won the bracket. So, guys, thanks so much for jumping on. Thanks so much for sharing with a friend. Remember, you can only vote at Real DMW Podcast right here on Twitter X. Can't vote anywhere else. This is a Twitter poll. This is a Twitter bracket. That's how I started it 2 years ago, and that's how we're going to keep it. Some people have wanted us to expand it to Facebook and other places, but look at this is for Twitter X. This is for Real DMW Podcast. It's the only place you can vote. That's where the polls come up. So make sure you're following and you're watching for notifications. Right when I end this live stream, we're going to start getting to vote on our Elite 8 4 matchups. Guys, it's going to be awesome. As always, you can find out more about us at dmwpodcast.com. You can type in Dead Men Walking Podcast and Google. Find us anywhere you get pods. You can watch us on YouTube. We appreciate the follow. We appreciate the constructive criticism. Guys, I can't tell you enough how much I love seeing the banter back and forth, the GIFs going back and forth, the videos that are being created. Like I said, Parker Brown of Well Watch made some great videos. Keith Foskey always comes out with some great videos, and we might need it for the Elite 8. I mean, to get past some of these guys, you might need to get creative, rally the troops. If you're on this list, Keith Foskey, Dusty Devers, Matthew Everhard, Joel Webbin, C.R. Wiley, J. Chase Davis, Chocolate Knox, and Joe Rigney, rally the troops, man. Say, hey, get me to the next round. Maybe make a fun, creative video. That's why we do this. We do this to bring people together, to have fun. We're all believers. We do have some secondary doctrinal probably differences, but look, we've got Baptists, we got Presbyterians. I think that's all we have in there is Baptists and Presbyterians. That's what it came down to. But we had guys all over the map in the opening 64. And if you want to move on to the next round, you just got to vote. You got to get your guys to vote, and you got to make sure you vote for them. Before I leave here really quick, I'm just going to read off the list of 64 just so you guys know who all was involved. It's up here on the screen, but it's hard to read. But this is who we started with. So this is, we're down to 8. Listen to all these people that got eliminated. I mean, big names. First of all, Doug Wilson, John Cooper, Marcus Pittman, Keith Foskey, TJ Sumter, Braden Patterson, Josh Howard, Kevin Hay, Jeff Durbin, Caleb Gordon, Darren Doan, Cody Lawrence, Eurito Brito, Nick Sloan, Dusty Devers, Cody Fields, Brian Suave, Steve Cruz, Jeff Rice, A.D. Robles, Austin Keeler, Ben Merkel, Matthew Everhard, Matt Slick, Gabe Wrench, Parker Brown, Cy Bregenkate. I probably said his name. I've said a bunch of names wrong. Who cares? Dwayne Atkinson, Andrew Krapuschetz. Got that one right, though. I know that one. Joel Settlecase, Joel Webben, Peter Coner. Conan? Conaner. Oh, man, I'm going to mess up his name. Sorry, dude. Eric Kahn, Claude Ramsey, C.R. Wiley, Brandon Scab, Jared Longshore, Brian Nine, Michael Foster, Tom Shepard, James White, Davis Younts, J. Chase Davis, Jordan Bush, Luke Pearson, Michael Schultz, David Bonson, Jimmy De La Santes, Chocolate Knox, Tim Bushong, Andrew Rappaport, Joffrey Swait, Will Spencer, Dale Partridge, Kyle Mann, Stuart Amadon, William Wolf, Andy Wilson, Joe Rigney, Greg Moore Jr. Hi, got out in the second round. Glenn Sunshine, Jesse Gruber, Dan Burkholder, and Matt McPhillips. Guys, sorry about that. Look at my page here. It's like I need to change the toner in my printer because I could barely see that. But that's who we got. That's who we had with 64. Then it went down to 32. Then it went down to 16. Now we're at our Elite 8. Our Elite 8 is Keith Foskey, Dusty Devers, Matthew Everhard, Joel Webben, C.R. Wiley, J. Chase Davis, Chocolate Knox, Joe Rigney. The winner is going to get a premium membership from 1689 Cigar. You see him back here on the screen. You see him down there in the corner on the picture. They have sponsored this bracket. The premium membership valued at up to $1,200. That's who the winner's getting. And we will have the winner on, hopefully, and we will discuss when they do win that. So, guys, go out and vote. We've got 4 matchups coming, 8 people for the Elite 8. Right after we stop this live stream, we're going Keith Foskey versus Dustin Devers. Go vote. Matthew Everhard versus Joel Webben. Go vote. C.R. Wiley versus J. Chase Davis. Go vote. Chocolate Knox versus Joe Rigney. Go vote. So, yeah, and comment too, guys. Comment, repost, vote. It's always fun to see what you guys come up with for like comments, GIFs, or is it GIFs? I don't know. Are you a GIF or a GIF person? I don't know. But guys, go vote. It's going to be fun. We're going today with the Elite 8, tomorrow with the Final 4, and then Saturday afternoon, we will find out who our champion of the cigar smoking, toting pastor podcaster bracket 2024 brought to you by 1689 Cigar is going to be. Go vote, guys. Love you. Appreciate you. All glory to God. Remember, chief end of man is to glorify God and enjoy him forever. God bless.